Did Jack Miller exceed everyone's expectations at the grueling 2025 Suzuka 8 Hours? Or did he crack under pressure? Today, we dissect every sector, every stint, and every strategic call to find out if Miller truly delivered. The Suzuka 8 Hours is part of the FIM Endurance World Championship, held annually in July at Japan's legendary Suzuka circuit. Known for its brutal conditions, the race challenges both riders and machines with sweltering heat and fierce competition. In 2025, the Yamaha factory team shook things up by bringing in MotoGP star Jack Miller to their lineup. He joined Andrea Locatelli, Yamaha WSBK factory rider, and Japanese superbike legend Katsuyuki Nakasuga, who has his own video on our channel. Click the card top right to check it out. For Miller, this isn't uncharted territory. Back in 2017, he finished fourth riding a Honda alongside Takumi Takahashi and Takaki Nakagami. But this time, he's on the full factory bike. So how did he fare in 2025? Practice for the 2025 Suzuka 8 Hours was briefly interrupted by a tsunami warning following a major earthquake in northern Russia. However, that didn't stop Miller from being on the pace almost immediately, with him consistently setting times in the 206s and 207s around the Suzuka circuit. They would finish second behind the Yamaha factory's team's main antagonist, the Honda factory team, with fellow MotoGP rider aboard, Johann Zarco, who would do a 205.7. The Suzuka 8 Hours uses a unique qualifying format. Riders are grouped by armband colors, and the fastest from each group move on to the top 10 shootout. Miller set a strong 205.8 in the red group to book his spot, but during a late push lap, he crashed at turn 1. It was a hard hit, but also a testament to just how far he was willing to push. While critics often called him an over-rider in MotoGP, this trait of his was on full display in the top 10 shootout. With only one lap to make it count, Miller was going to throw it to the wall to try to secure pole. He looks fast. Sector 1, oh, looks so good. Sector 2, up half a second. Sector 3, that is insane. Let's just pause it here. If we take the top time and Miller's projected sectors, you get his ideal time of around 2:04.420. Which is only marginally slower than the lap record Johann Zarco would set later in the session of a 2:04.290. All he must do is nail the final corner, and he has most likely got the pole for Sunday. Despite this, they would still go on to qualify second for the race with outstanding performances from Locatelli and Nakasuga, guaranteeing their spot on the grid.
And as the riders run across the track, it's the factory Honda that gets away.
Due to Yamaha's strategy, Miller didn't ride until hour 4. He left the pits in second, about 90 seconds behind Honda. Miller would have a great first stint, with him having rapid pace, being sometimes seconds faster per lap than Zarco on the Honda ahead. By the end of his first stint, the gap between factory Honda and Yamaha had been cut to around 22 seconds when Miller entered the pit lane before handing the bike off to Nakasuga. But over the next few stints, the lead ballooned again, thanks to safety cars and bat markers. Then came the 7th hour. A crash in turn 1 brought out the safety car. Honda pitted immediately, optimizing tires and fuel for the final push. Yamaha, having pitted just before, chose to stay out. This resulted in them completing an extra stop under green, giving Miller in the last stint around 40 seconds to catch the leading Honda. Although Miller rode incredibly well in his last stint, with him able to get the gap to Zarco down to 34 seconds, it wasn't enough, and the Honda factory team of Takumi Takahashi and Johann Zarco would cross to win. All things considered, Jack Miller's second appearance at the Suzuka 8 Hours was seriously impressive. He was in the top 5% of riders that weekend in terms of pure speed and race pace, and rode a very clean race throughout. While he had a few hiccups in practice and qualifying, there is no doubt that Miller did a great job. Whether this was another one-off or the start of a new chapter in his career, one thing's clear. Jack Miller belongs in any paddock he steps into and can ride the wheels off anything. And hey, maybe this was exactly the performance he needed to secure that 2026 MotoGP contract extension. So, what do you think? Will we see Jack Miller back at Suzuka in 2026? And as always, if you want to ride or race in Japan on 2 or 4 wheels, visit our website at Blink Services. Now that you have watched this video, you know you have to check out this one about Rossi and Edwards' Suzuka 8-Hour Challenge in 2001.